back. We work from here, we create the programs from here, all of the back end. If you haven't been here to 5 miles, I welcome you. If you're coming back and this is multiple times that you've been here, I also welcome you. Tonight's event is a dual language program. We're going to start with a conversation. This edition of the band, which is kind of like a premiere. Is that right? Is that right, Marcus? It's a premiere re-envisioning of FOULA. First time that this ensemble has played, and tonight is giddy. Tonight is giddy. I've worked with Marcus since the beginning of Haiti Cultural Exchange. Comes with his most professional, best self. And I've been very fortunate to be around Marcus. Chico Boyer is another person that, from the beginning of Haiti Cultural Exchange, 2011, that I was starting this organization, whether he comes to programs or he doesn't, he treats me with respect and also with a lot of kindness. And I'm very, very fortunate. Merci à tout le monde, mais particulièrement à nous. Okay. Chico Vichita over there. Qui ça qui t'a inspiré nous faire ça, faire mouvement ça? N'importe qui monde qui répond, plusieurs monde qui répond. Qui ça qui t'a inspiré nous en tant que pionnier pour nous faire fusion de vaudou avec jazz?
Mais nous avons du jazz, nous étions capables. C'est pas vraiment pour jouer jazz, mais c'était pour comprendre les techniques qui gagnent le jazz là, parce que nous avons trouvé que son musique très artistique.
Looking at Haitian music, that there was a necessity to bring a certain quality or a certain approach to the music that they wanted to perform as a group, and that they learned out of books, and they also learned from other musicians that were more experienced than they were, to try and raise their level of technique and understanding about what's going on in jazz music.
Alors, son musique qui baptisée Vaudou Samba,
They call the music Voodoo Samba in Haiti. A book called A Day for the Hunter, A Day for the Prey, which is a very good resource about the history of Haitian music and how it relates to society. And he was the one, in Jean Ramon's mind, that really labeled it as Vodou jazz, and Jean Ramon said they just called it Haitian music.
C'était déjà conflit sur le foyer, parce que même sur l'église catholique avec mon nom, on était là quand même, je regardais l'étude publique, il était brûlé au bar. Et ça commence à poser des questions. Combien vous
So, trying to figure out how many gods there were, because he would go from Catholic Church to Jehovah's Witness studies.
Des bons modes de vie qui sont marronnages, parce que tu vas subir. Pas
So
tellement
he's saying that they had to apply some techniques from the Maroon, the enslaved people that would run up into the mountains to escape their captors. And I think he's using it as an expression, really, but he's really saying that when there was folks who were treating them less than kindly, they had to kind of like fortify themselves to deal with those situations.
Ensuite, il y a un gros problème qui est lié à l'époque, c'est parce que nous avons pris une décision, nous grouper nous, nous avons rééduqué tête nous, donc, c'est un paquet de monde. Moi-même, à l'époque, nous avons dit que nous avons qui pas monde. Nous avons tout le monde, diable, loup-garou. Mais c'est deux mots qui sont sortis dans l'autre continent qui va révéler la culture de nous-mêmes.
A lot of the labels that were put on them didn't even come from Haitian culture. I think they were imported from France in particular, whether it was calling them a devil or a werewolf, so to speak, or somebody that's doing evil magic or something. And he said that those things don't even apply to culture. He's talking about a way of life as opposed to just learning a musical style. And that's, I think, something that goes deep into the heart of what a lot of Haitians talk about. That it's a way of life, it's philosophy, it's a way of carrying yourself, it's a way of dealing, interacting with the world and with other people.
Donc, le vaudou est un mode de vie qui commence à la Genesis là. Donc, nous avons des outils qui ont été ambiance, toute forme de religion, de côté de la nouvelle, qui fait mal. Le monde, ça aurait été différent. Donc, nous sommes toujours dans la justice, l'unité,
They were living outside of the mainstream culture because people were judging them harshly, so they kind of grouped amongst themselves and fortified themselves together. So a little bit of social outsiders.
Et bien, nous-mêmes, nous arrêté sans les autres. Le fait que nous dans la rue, nous belles, nous
We got arrested for no reason, sometimes being out in the street. I know Jean-Raymond told me a story.
parce que moi belle, comme Saka, tellement belle. Je me suis arrêté moi.
He was over dressed in his simple country clothes, is what he said.
Il décide de couper les cheveux parce qu'elle est trop belle. C'est mon cheveu Simbi. Donc cette forme de mouvement samba de 77 et à nos jours, c'est le plus beau mouvement qui est en Haïti. Donc il était fait différence parce que le mouvement samba va créé par Zao et le commencement, et c'est ça que tu fait. Nous, c'était récupérer chez nous. Ça veut dire que c'est ça qui a passé juste à
et puis pour nous là, nous allons avec Chico Boyer. Et puis je entendais, je que moi-même m'a joué, sans bail ou joué, moi-même j'ai mon azouké bagage ça. Et puis tout de suite, monsieur son étudié, et puis monsieur tout là. C'est comme ça que nous avons et puis nous jouons pour et pour tout en grave.
But Chico, I'm thinking Creole, I'm speaking. The Sambayo guys, he mentioned Jean-Raymond himself, Azuke.
Oui. Give it toujours.
They never recorded a full album, so there's sort of like a myth in the Mizik Ayiti. They have 1 or 2 singles that were out. It's really amazing group. There's a little bit of video footage of them, and then they also were on, I think it was a Jonathan Demi produced compilation. And so there's a song, Vaccine, that became a big hit. That was sort of encouraging people to get vaccinated. Who would think that?
Ça veut dire que la musique là, nous venons jouer musique ça, nous essayer, il y a plus de monde qui était à parler nous, qui pas très bien nous.
He's saying there were some folks that didn't want to see them at the time, but are now saying they were there first, but that's okay. That's all right.
Mais pour le jazz là, même si je chantais jazz, je me dis.
So the first singer in this unnamed group was actually Zao.
Nous avons un bagage qui est puissant, tout le monde est aimé, tout le monde est accepté avec. Ça veut dire que, et nous allons traiter comme ça, jazz qui symbolique la première jazz, c'était groupe ça. Deuxième jazz qui avait groupe ça, parce que tout à l'heure, groupe ça a venu voyager, c'était Denis Emile. Donc, nous venons faire FOULA jazz.
So starting with Group Sa, and there's 2 brothers in you, right? Did they both play guitar?
Yes. Denis Emile. C'est vrai, c'est Marasa, jumeau.
Okay, they're twins. And Group Sa gave birth to FOULA. I met Zao on my first trip to Haiti, and I didn't understand what a samba was because I was thinking Brazil, like what's samba? And Jean went in the house and got a guitar. This was like in Kafufe in the street, just hanging out in the neighborhood in Port-au-Prince. Gave him an acoustic guitar and he started singing, and instantly there was like 50 kids in front of him. I don't know where they just came, and everybody was singing, people were scatting, drumming, and it turned into a party. I was like, oh, that's a samba.
That's a samba, that's a samba.
Of democratization that was also going on in the political and economic context of Haiti. This is the moment of democratization. To what extent that opened the space for acceptance, even if there was resistance. But there was a moment, historical moment and political moment that is going to open a lot of possibilities. And that includes also that cultural experience. And I want you to think about that, because I know I don't know the history a lot, but I just want you to reflect of why the space was open. Yeah, to last year, because there are so many things going on questioning the status quo that it gives you that possibility to be present and to be present at the cultural level and musical level, something. And that's the question that I have.
Yo te fait nous abandonner culture. Yo fait nous adopter toute l'autre religion gain, sauf vos droits qui c'est culture. Donc c'est réaction ça qui nous
So you see it as a cultural, religious
movement. Si vous levez dans Port-au-Prince, conseil de bagaille pour pas connaître pas bien accès à eux-mêmes, bien que chaque soir on a des tambours qui jouer. Tambours qui jouer bien, des cérémonies de tous côtés. Mais là, vous levez une famille chrétienne, vous pas accepter le droit.
And he talked about a very special place in Haiti called La Soutenance, which is one of several ancient communities in the area of Fonaïve where they really carry specific traditions in a lineage that traces all the way back to the motherland, whether it's from the Dahomey people or the Congo people or the Nigerian Nago or Yoruba folks, etc., etc. And he talked about how when he listened to that traditional music, he hears it as jazz, especially once I think he exposed his ears to some jazz music. He heard blues, he heard jazz, he heard melodies, and he said that there's this very special communication that happens. They studied the singing, the drumming, and the dancing, and he said when the drums are speaking, it's a very high level of communication, and there's a lot of improvisation, and there's just, basically he doesn't see a difference between what we call jazz music and the traditional drumming.
Merci.